Well, Brad played awesome. All the guys played awesome. It was a pretty well curled game. I had a couple maybe mistakes, and the guys picked up for me really well. And that's what kind of our team's all about. If someone's not making them all, the other guys are picking up the slack. And I thought they did a great job. And we stayed positive throughout the whole time, and big win.
Well, that was a key too, is the attitude, because there's a few breaks out there that went completely the wrong way, and it never seemed to get you guys down.
Yeah, just a couple of half inch here or there, and it was kind of went from real good to kind of ugly. But yeah, we just battled, and we managed the game really well. It wasn't a high scoring game, but I thought we managed the board really well, and then always had that little edge.
If you and Marc took those same two shots again 50 times, you think it would happen again like that? That's just some pretty bad breaks.
Yeah, pretty unlucky. Sometimes you're so close to making the shot, and then you're just a hair away from kind of a big mistake, and those are kind of those shots. But the way we're playing, we're going after everything. Like, we're trying to make everything, and sometimes it's just you live on the edge a little bit. But Cupsy's been playing so good that we have the confidence to go after those shots.
When you have an anchor like Brad who's playing the way that he is, like, what is the confidence level? Is it above 100%?
Yeah, it honestly frees you up a little bit. You don't have to be tentative out there at all, because you know that he's really feeling it, and it just kind of manifests through the team when he's throwing that well. So we're all feeling pretty good about our games.
How would you describe that one from the outside? It kind of just felt weird.
Just felt like a really interesting game against a great team. They've played us hard the last couple of years. They were number one in the world. That's a team with a lot of firepower. There were some interesting results out there with some good throws, and hey, that's curling. I think it was entertaining for the fans and the people at home, and our skip played amazing again. And a great shot to win it. So that's entertaining curling.
You made a great shot in the sixth end, and I was like, I got to talk to Marc Kennedy about that shot. And then in the seventh end,
I buffooned one.
Yeah, exactly, right. So let's talk about the one in the sixth first.
Welcome to high level curling, man. I threw them both pretty good. Just the one in six, I actually probably threw worse and got a little bit lucky. We weren't trying to get that one off the button, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And then the one in seven, I threw it good. I probably missed it by quarter inch on that high guard, and ended up getting rid of all mine. But I thought we stayed pretty patient even in that end. Just tried to give Brad a shot to score, and we did, and he made it. So we've been around a long time. We've had really messy ends work out, and we've had really great ends that turn out like crap. So you roll with the punches of curling, and you try to ride it out with a really hot skip right now, and that's what we're trying to do.
Well, speaking of the hot skip, 99% he shot today. I would say it was probably 100, but otherwise, still an anchor back there. How key is that to the confidence level from the rest of the guys when you do make a mistake?
Oh, it just filters down the lineup. Everybody feels super confident. We have all the belief in the world in him, and that allows us to just focus on making our shots, right? We're not worried about what our skip's going to do, because we know he's going to be there for us making big shots. And man, he's blown me away this year with what he's done with this team and the level of play he's reached. And we're doing something right. He's in a good environment. He feels comfortable, and we're just going to try to keep supporting him, because we're going to have some big tough games here.
Take me through the conversation that's happening in the sixth or the seventh end. You guys had a really long talk, and then obviously at the timeout in the 10th, trying to figure out what do you guys do to try and obviously not let Italy score two there. So take me through the conversation that's going on there.
In the 1 in 7 or the 1 in 10?
Let's start with 7.
7 was just, let's try to open up this forefoot so you have a chance. They made a bit of a mistake on Joel's last one on the line call, left us a chance to score. Brad made a great shot. That's the conversation in 7. How do we get a shot to score? I don't care how many yellows there are here. How do we have a piece of the button so you can get a point? Conversation in 10 is, again, Brad made a great shot on his first one. Being shot rock in the back of the 8 foot there is really important. And then, just try to minimize, in that situation, it's how to make it so they can only get a 2, not 3. And that's why you're playing the double on Brad's last, because even if you miss it, it's an extra end and you have last rock. But, that's an intern that Brad's been throwing really well. So glad he made it, and we didn't have to go to an extra.
How important is it to grind out a win like that? It didn't come easy, but boy, you guys grinded it out.
Ben said early on in that game, might have even been before the game, expect to be just kind of tied up. Hopefully we have hammer in 10. We know Italy's really tough. They're a great team. They give everybody a great game all the time, and they're not having the best week this week, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But we know that when they come out to play us, we expect to get their best, and we got a few misses there, here and there tonight. It was a little bit of a strange game. Some of our misses that were, the results turned out to be a little bit catastrophic, but the rocks were thrown really well, and that's just how it goes sometimes. But we were able to stay positive, bounce back, make some good shots even when things didn't look that great, and grind it out the win.
The poise, that was the thing tonight. I mean, nothing seemed to rattle you, especially, like you say, some catastrophic outcomes that you didn't maybe see, but
Yep.
the team showed the poise.
Yeah, you got to stay, keep things in perspective. We were still up 2, playing the last end, and I think we're just managing to stay loose here. It's a round robin game. You want to win that game, and every single game in this round robin is important. But it wouldn't have been the end of the world if we lost that game. It's really nice to be 5-1. And to have won 2 games today against 2 really tough opponents. But there's still so much curling left in this round robin. It's actually kind of crazy. It's been a while since I've played a round robin this long. So, one game at a time, one shot at a time, patience, and just continue to stay loose.
You look at the scoreboard and you see a 1 in 7, and that doesn't tell the full story of how important that one was.
Yeah.
How big that turned out.
Yeah,
to
I
be.
got a pretty bad break on Marc's run back. I mean, we hit that just a hair too thick, and then all of a sudden all our rocks are gone. They're laying 4 and throwing a guard. It was pretty unbelievable. But I think honestly, I think Italy had a few questionable calls that game that had they played a few different shots, the outcome might have been different. It might have been closer. And I think we took advantage of those small mistakes and even some small mistakes in execution.
In that end specifically, you had a really long conversation with the guys trying to figure out, which was the best idea of the probably 3 or 4 that there might have been.
Yep.
Now, you've only been with these guys for a short period of time. How has that chemistry for you guys been built over, the short time that you guys have been together, that you trust them to bring the right call, that even though you have the final say, you were obviously taking in their opinion?
Yeah, when I first came on this team, I think we had a really strong team dynamic off the ice immediately. We really built a great friendship and a great bond off the ice. It was just a matter of how do we communicate and take the great relationships that we have off the ice onto the ice and turn that communication into just being effective and making lots of shots. So we've worked really, really hard on trying to perfect our communication out there, the front end, the back end, and how we communicate with each other. And there's certain points in games now where I'm really comfortable with the guys in saying, just like in 7, we've got some time on the clock. We're not going to rush this call. Come on down here and help me out. And they know that I'm really open to their input and just trying to get to the right call. There's no ego when it comes to making the right call. It's just making sure that we don't make a mistake. We talk things through, and when we can bank some time, it allows us to do that, and that's really important.